Welcome back to the channel. I'm Chad and this is the Lemon Factor. In today's video, we're going to take one of our project cars, the 2019 Mazda MX-5 Miata RF, back to the dyno for some additional testing. So a while back, we tested the VersaTune by Fab9 tuning. So that is a ECU tune in which various parameters like ignition timing and fuel are adjusted in an attempt to gain more horsepower and more torque. And like I said, we've already done this. We did this a while back using the 93 octane off-the-shelf tune by Fab9 at sea level. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave a link in the description below, but please take a look at it. The reason why we're doing this again is since then, I've moved from Massachusetts, sea level with 93 octane, to Denver, Colorado, the Mile High city. At a mile high, the air is thinner, there's less of it, and yes, it will affect the performance of cars, how much horsepower is produced. Not only is the altitude impacting our car, but also the fact that we only get 91 octane here. And as soon as we got here, I re-baselined both of our cars before I started retesting modifications. So I have a clean baseline at a new dyno at altitude with 91 octane. And the VersaTune back on our ND Mazda Miata, and I had it retested. And I gotta say, it was disappointing. We didn't gain any horsepower. So what do we do? Why didn't we gain any horsepower? Why did we gain horsepower in Massachusetts and we didn't gain any horsepower here in Denver, Colorado? Is it the altitude, the lack of oxygen? Is it the 91 octane? So after that, I reached out to Brian, and over the course of several weeks, Brian created a custom tune. So the several weeks entailed me taking the car out and doing some pulls in various gears and sending those data logs back to Brian, at which time Brian will analyze the data, he'll make adjustments to the tune, and he would send it back to me. So Brian's custom tuned it, we put it back on the car, I've been driving it, still feels very smooth like it has, you know, from day one. But now we're gonna go to the dyno and we're gonna see exactly how much horsepower that custom tune will produce. So if you're interested in seeing the difference between the off-the-shelf and how much a custom tune could produce on your ND Mazda Miata, then stay tuned. I've recently set up a Patreon account. The Patreon account enables subscribers like yourself to provide small monthly donations to the channel, which is a way to help both financially contribute to the channel, as well as there is a membership level at a very, very small cost that gives you the ability to help steer the direction of the channel. And what I mean by that is, as we test various modifications going forward, I will be looking to the patrons like yourself to help identify what we should do next. Whether it's testing out an exhaust, or maybe putting a supercharger or turbocharger on our ND Mazda Miata, I am going to look to subscribers that sign up to the Patreon program, our patrons, to help steer the direction of the channel. So please. I have to say, I am disappointed. Was really hoping to get some additional horsepower after going back and forth for 3 to 4 weeks to only increase the horsepower by 2 wheel horsepower in comparison to the off the shelf. You know, that is very disappointing. Not sure why. You know, sure, maybe it's the altitude is messing with it a little bit. But again, this is in comparison to a baseline we've already created here in Colorado. So with the Tune, for me, in my situation, I'm not gaining anything with the VersaTune. The car drives really smooth. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do going forward. Maybe that's where you come into the picture. What would you like to see? Consider signing up as a patron with our Patreon program. Very, very small monthly donations, helps fund the channel and gives you, based on membership level, but gives you the ability to have your voice heard and help steer the direction of the channel. With that said, I think we're done for today. Please, if you like the video, not like the results, I don't like the results either, but if you like the video, if you appreciated the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have some thoughts on why we didn't gain any horsepower or torque compared to our baseline, please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear from them. But thanks for joining, and until next time.